Hello! In today's video on My Grandpa's Train, I am going to be working on removing these wheels from this Alco PB. This one happens to be from a 361, but I've also got wheels from a 473, so these are slightly different. As you can see, these wheels are quite rusty and need to be soaked in evaporust, which I use to clean the rust right off these wheels without using abrasives. Now the truck frames are also quite rusted, but I'm going to clean those off a slightly different way because the evaporust will eat this metal bluing right off the truck's frame, and I don't want that to happen, so that will be done a little differently. Now these roll pretty good, and this one rolls nicely, but these two are quite locked up. There's a very stiff spot, and then also you should be able to see right there, there is a worn flat spot in this wheel. So I'm going to try to do my best to repair that and smooth it out. This one also has forced flat spots in the wheels because this one is locked up tight. This one rolls. Alright, so for a wheel puller, I chose a DIY method, and that is a battery terminal lifter. I got this from a hardware store. It was about $8. And what it is it's a clamp and then the threaded portion, which has been modified to press out wheels. And I will explain how I made this out of a battery cable puller in just a moment. As I get this put back together, I will continue to explain what's going on here. Okay, this is the device in its more or less completed form. I think I still have to make some adjustments to it to be able to grip the wheels properly. But what this will be able to do is this is all threaded up here. It's very soft metal. And what I had someone do who's very good with metalworking is they machined down this end to what is specified in Tom Barker's American Flyer Repair Guide. That is where I got this idea to build this piece. So basically, this piece was the battery press, and I pulled that off, and then this was milled down with a lathe to 1/8 inch diameter, so this way, and then 7/16, 5/16. I'll put it up on the screen what the actual dimensions are. This way gives it plenty of room to press the wheels off. I'm more inclined to use this specifically with the diesel wheels and larger scales. I don't think this would work very well at all for HO scale wheels, but for doing American Flyer diesels, this should be perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to work on the stamp steel ones first, and I'll do these later when I have that locomotive in progress. Alright, I'm going to readjust things here so I can get a better angle at what I'm doing. Alright, this is the first time I've ever tried using this, since this is a brand new invention. What we do is basically, I have to screw this back a little bit. About like that. You have to be able to clamp the wheel, so back it up a little more. This should be able to grip it around the edges. And actually, I'm going to go the other way around because I want to pull the one that's not insulated. It'll be more hassle if the insulator gets messed up. Okay, now it's clamped on there. Just have to kind of scoot it until it fits centered on the wheel pin on the axle. And then should be able to just spin it till it comes right off. Once it's gripped on there. Alright, so the problem I'm having is that this thing does not stay straight because it's very loose in the top. It needs to be much more precise than that. That's probably the advantage of using the pre-built Northwest short lines or other wheel pullers that are purpose-built for scales like this. All right, I'm going to continue monkeying with this, and as soon as it comes off, we'll show you what happens next. Okay, well, so I'm back with a completely different plan of removing these wheels. Check this out. I decided that there would be a better and easier way to remove the wheels, and that is by utilizing a proper wheel puller, and this is it. Let me show you what we came up with. And this we whipped together. Actually, my dad is a metal worker, and he was able to weld this up for me. So this piece here is the threaded rod that came out of the battery cable puller, and it's just 3/8 inch threaded. A bolt would work, do the exact same thing. So this end of it, pull this out here, this end of it has been ground down to about 1/8. Please be quiet. Where were we? This has been ground down, and then it's also been drilled so that it will fit the contour of the wheel, so that when we press it on, it'll kind of seat itself right in the axle. And then this is a piece of U-metal, U-channel that was welded together, 2 halves, and then a proper hole and slot was cut out on this side of it. And then a 3/8 inch nut was welded onto the top. And we have a very inexpensive and very easy to use wheel puller. So I will go ahead and demonstrate this now, that it actually works quite well. Get a little extra light on the subject. Alright, so we have the wheel puller lined up over the wheel, and I'm just going to tighten the threads down. It's going to screw right onto that and press the wheel quickly and easily out of the shaft. And that is turned a tedious and time-consuming job into something that takes seconds. It is storming outside currently, and I am in an area of tornado warning. I will be back as long as we don't lose power. Alright, I have 3 of the wheels off, so we have the insulated pieces out. So that wheel puller works exceptionally well. This one I didn't pull off yet. I was going to try to do is press these axles out of the bronze bearings, but it appears they are seized up. Oh, that one came out and went flying. This one, I'll see if I can kind of tap that out. Then I'm going to send those over to get de-rusted. Okay, I got the second truck disassembled here, and this one had a big pile of carpet fuzz in it, whoops, embedded in it, so that's partially why it didn't want to move. Actually, this one was nice and loose, it came right out. The other one I have in the ultrasonic cleaner, you can see that these bronze bushings are quite worn out. I think this one's visibly not round. Yeah, this one is too. So this particular locomotive had a lot of miles on it. This was the 360 and 361 set that these are from. I'm also doing the 473 at the same time. I'm trying to keep everything separate. So here's an update on the 473. This is the non-powered A unit of the ABA set, and just wanted to show you how things came out after I used the wheel puller to pull these wheels apart. Had everything soaked, scrubbed, and scoured, and it's mostly reassembled. Just something interesting to see here, the way this sort of rusty look. Don't know how this is going to show up on camera, but you can see these two wheels are the insulated side, and they polished up much shinier than the non-insulated wheels. These have a very dull and pitted finish to them, even after several attempts at scrubbing each, and I actually lightly filed the edges of the wheels to try to smooth them out. I was wondering what would cause that, and I realized that this engine does not have the pickup slider shoes, but it only relies on the wheels for the electrical pickup. And this only has a light bulb in it, so the wire or power for all the electrical in this one is only through the wheels, which means it arced and sparked a lot. And you can see, well, it may not show on camera, but I can see that the pickup wheels on this are very pitted, so they turned out a lot darker. So that was kind of unusual. I'm going to finish reassembling this. Everything went back together. The little insulators that sit on these pins way underneath, actually one of them split right in half, and I think it was the one that was up on the front, because this truck pivots quite a bit more when it's in motion. So I actually glued those back together. They're just little phenolic spacers, phenolic type of old plastic, and super glued them back together. Both were cracked, one split right in half, and used just regular super glue on those, and that should hold those together for another good long time. All right, I'm gonna just finish putting this together, and we'll run it over to the layout and test it behind the locomotive. Well, I'm gonna replace this rear coupler as well, because that one is broke. The front one is in good shape yet, so. Okay, we're back on the layout, and I have the 470 and the 473 hooked up to my red and silver passenger set, and we're gonna run it around a little bit. So I still haven't done anything with the paint on these. I might do that in the future. And I still have to add the horns. So next time you see this, the B unit will be complete, and we'll run it as an ABA with the passengers, and either I will have touched up the paint chips on these, or I'll have completely repainted them. We'll see. It's going to be a busy summer ahead, so I may not have a lot of time. All right, let's run these two diesels here.